Hey guys, I'm gonna take a departure from my regular feel-good Christian content to just voice some annoyances that I've had. So if you're looking for something positive and uplifting, please click away and find another video. So I usually don't like to post negative things, but basically these things have been pissing me off for a while, so I just kind of wanted to get them off of my chest in this sort of non-competitive kind of way and then move forward from there. The first thing that I wanted to touch upon was in Ben Levin's video where he's talking about Bill Wirtz. He starts the video by drawing this comparison between Bill Wirtz and Andy Warhol, or should I say attempting to draw a comparison between the two. Well, perhaps I haven't really thought about it. Maybe you could come to some sort of comparison, but I just completely disagree with the points that he puts forward. He begins by saying that Warhol made these commentaries on pop culture, and now Wirtz does this with social media, but really there's nothing specific about social media to like the catalog of Bill Wirtz's work. I mean, just because he's making a video on YouTube, it's not about YouTube, and it's not about the other videos on YouTube, and it's, I think, I really don't understand this point that he was trying to make. It just seems so insulting to all the other content that's out there to say that Bill Wirtz's work is somehow reflecting everything. It doesn't even make sense, and I don't even think that Ben Levin was trying to say this himself, because then when he elaborates on this, he makes a completely different point. He doesn't elaborate on it. He completely changes his point to say that that Bill Wirtz repeats his own style in different ways, and then draws an analogy between that and how Warhol does his, Marilyn Monroe's and soup cans, and does each one of those slightly different. And it's, that's also just such a strange thing to connect those two. I mean, I can see at least how some parallel is drawn there, but if one of them is, drawing attention to social media, and the other, is drawing attention to pop culture, and the other is just having an artistic style that he does his own videos in different ways, it's just, to me, are two completely different things. And I feel like there's other Ben Levin videos where he throws out these kind of he seems to treat his audience as though they're very dumb, and makes entire videos about how he'll just make a piece of music that sucks and then put a lot of effects on it, and that will be the video, or record some shitty samples and then make it into a hip-hop beat. And this is anyone that's played around with Audacity or GarageBand for one day that's going to be the first thing that they do when they have shitty audio, is make a hip-hop beat or just drown it in reverb, and it'll sound a little bit like something when you do those things. So it's just very cheap, and I don't know, I just don't care for his music personally. It's very safe in my opinion, and this sort of friend rock kind of thing, it's just not for me. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was Minnesota Boy's response to Blasphemous HD doxing him, apparently, allegedly, where he says, before you watch this video, here's the deal which requires you to blah 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 blah. And I felt for a while like he was saying, here's the deal which requires you to blah, and then if I was understanding it in that way, then the entire video would be the deal, and then afterwards he would have to say what the deal is. but first he was just qualifying like which deal it was. It's the deal which requires you to blah 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 blah. But then later I sort of was able to think about it in a different way, and I think it is okay to say, here's the deal, which requires you to, it's a little bit tricky, but I think I did figure out that it was okay. I would have voiced it as like, here's the deal, you are required to blah 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 blah, and I think I was also a little bit annoyed by him just saying like required, and because obviously he doesn't have that authority in that situation. The next was when the Mark Schwartz, or Aaron Schwartz, I don't remember his name, but the guy who pitched the Scrub Daddy on Shark Tank, when he started his pitch, he says like, "Hi sharks, I'm," I think it's Aaron Schwartz. He goes, "I'm Aaron Schwartz," and it's like he said his name as though that was like something exciting about the pitch. It's like that didn't add quality to the product, so I disagreed with how he sort of presented that, just how he said it, like as though he was listing, these great things. He's like, "I'm Aaron Schwartz." It's like, that's not, that doesn't change the value of what you're talking about. That's all for today, guys. If I think of some more, I might make another video. Again, I hope that you all do accept Christ into your hearts, and if you were to choose or a new religion to follow, I would definitely recommend Islam. So thanks so much, guys. Goodbye.